Toyota knows what it's doing when it comes to its production of SUVs, and that's pretty much the reason why the market recognizes them. Even stern critics like Consumer Reports have been consistently giving these vehicles high marks. And this 2025, that narrative still continues. Hello everyone, this is Scott from CarlandTV. It's time to get in the front seat as today, you're about to see the highest rated Toyota SUVs of Consumer Reports for 2025. Before I start, I would really appreciate it if you would push those buttons below. The subscribe button, the notification bell, all of them. This is not necessary, but those little clicks help a brother out. Plus, it pushes me to give you more valuable car-related content on your screen. Now buckle up and let's get back to the video. (2025) Toyota Land Cruiser. Let me start with the 2025 model of the Land Cruiser. For most parts, the Toyota Land Cruiser has always been synonymous with durability and off-road prowess, and the 2025 model continues that legacy with impressive upgrades. I've driven a lot of SUVs over the years, but the Land Cruiser really has left a mark on me. It has serious off-roading capabilities while still offering a refined driving experience. Under the hood, the 2025 Land Cruiser features a 2.4-liter turbocharged inline-4 engine coupled with a mild hybrid system, delivering a combined 326 horsepower and 465 pound-foot of torque. This powertrain feels more efficient and responsive compared to the old V8. I mean, seriously. I really find the new powertrain of the latest Land Cruiser more efficient. It's paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission that shifts smoothly and keeps the power delivery consistent. That extra power comes in handy whether you're towing a trailer or navigating steep inclines. The hybrid setup also offers improved fuel efficiency, achieving around 23 miles per gallon combined, which makes long trips noticeably more economical. One of the things that really sets the Land Cruiser apart is its rugged body-on-frame construction. It has a fully boxed steel ladder frame that just screams toughness. The suspension setup includes a double wishbone front and a multi-link rear, both of which soak up rough terrain without making the ride feel too bouncy or harsh. The standard full-time four-wheel drive system with a Torsen limited slip differential gives it serious traction on uneven surfaces. And the multi-terrain select system lets you tailor the drivetrain response based on what kind of ground you're covering. Inside, Toyota didn't hold back on luxury. The cabin is draped in high-quality leather and soft touch materials that make you forget you're in an off-road beast. The 12.3-inch touchscreen infotainment system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto comes standard, and it's a pretty intuitive setup. There's also a premium JBL audio system that pumps out crystal-clear sound, which makes those long drives way more enjoyable. The seats are spacious and supportive, especially in the first two rows, and the third row folds flat to give you a massive cargo area when needed. Consumer Reports has consistently rated the Land Cruiser highly for reliability, and the 2025 model is expected to follow suit. These things are practically built to outlast their owners. And while maintenance and repairs can get pricey, especially when dealing with advanced off-road components or luxury interior features, it's a small price to pay for something that's this capable and well-engineered. 2025 Toyota Sequoia. I've always been a fan of big, rugged SUVs, and the 2025 Toyota Sequoia definitely checks all the right boxes. Of course, I am completely aware of the criticisms about this SUV. It rides big, and some of its cargo space has been compromised. But by all means, nothing can take the fact that this thing is a beast, and it's not just about size. It has serious power under the hood. Toyota really stepped up with that iForce Max 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6 hybrid engine, as it generates a whopping 437 horses and 583 pound-foot of torque. You can feel that raw power when you hit the gas, and it doesn't mess around. It's the kind of performance that makes you forget it's technically a hybrid, as the engine is paired with an electric motor. It just feels powerful and capable. Plus, that twin-turbo setup gives it the muscle to handle whatever you throw at it without breaking a sweat. One of the big selling points for me is the towing capacity. With the rear-wheel drive SR5 setup, this thing can haul up to 9,520 pounds, which is more than enough for trailers, boats, or whatever gear you've got. You know it's built to handle the job because Toyota didn't cut corners with the frame or drivetrain. Whether you're towing up a steep incline or cruising on the highway, the Sequoia just feels planted and confident. The cabin of the Sequoia is far from being sparse. Toyota went all out to make sure it feels modern and comfortable without losing that tough SUV vibe. The cabin's loaded with premium materials. One of the coolest features has to be the 14-inch touchscreen. It's crystal clear and pretty intuitive to use. Plus, it's got wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you're not messing with cables every time you hop in. I love that they kept the physical controls for essential stuff. Basically, none of that digging through menus to change the temperature or volume. Safety's a big deal with Toyota, we know that, and the Sequoia isn't lacking in that department. You get the whole Toyota Safety Sense P suite, which means you've got things like pre-collision system with pedestrian detection, lane departure alert, and dynamic radar cruise control keeping an eye out for you. It's the kind of peace of mind that makes you feel good about loading up the family and hitting the road. So yes, Consumer Reports got it right with this SUV. 2025 Toyota 4Runner. Consumer Reports hasn't dropped the final verdict on the 2025 model of the 4Runner yet, but based on the previous years, the 4Runner remains a reliable and durable option. It's not trying to be the most refined or high-tech SUV on the market, but it's a tried-and-true off-road warrior that's built to last. Come on, we can agree on that one. In fact, if you're after something that doesn't mind getting dirty and isn't afraid to tackle tough trails, the 4Runner is still one of the best choices out there. The Toyota 4Runner has always been a favorite among off-road enthusiasts and adventure seekers, and the 2025 model keeps that rugged legacy alive. I've driven a few SUVs built for rough terrain, but nothing quite matches the 4Runner's durability and go-anywhere attitude. Whether I'm tackling rocky trails or just cruising down the highway, it's got that solid, no-nonsense feel that you would want from an off-roader. Under the hood, the 2025 4Runner is sticking with its tried-and-true 4-liter V6 engine. It's been around for a while, but honestly, it's a reliable workhorse that gets the job done. With 278 horsepower and 317 pound-foot of torque, it's certainly not the most powerful out there, but it's plenty capable when it comes to hauling gear or powering through tough spots. Plus, it's paired with a 5-speed automatic transmission, which might seem a bit dated, but it's proven to be durable and dependable over the years. One of the things that really stands out with the 4Runner is its body-on-frame construction, giving it that truck-like toughness that's hard to find in most modern SUVs. Combine that with a solid rear axle and an available part-time 4-wheel drive system with active traction control, and you've got an SUV that doesn't back down from a challenge. The multi-terrain select and crawl control features on the TRD models make off-roading feel a whole lot more manageable, letting me dial in traction based on the terrain. Inside, the 4Runner hasn't changed much in terms of design, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. You still get that rugged, functional feel with easy-to-use controls and durable materials that can handle some abuse. Toyota's keeping the 8-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard, and while it's not the flashiest setup, it gets the job done. Seating is comfortable enough for long hauls, and there's plenty of room for cargo when you fold down the rear seats. Safety-wise, Toyota equips every 4Runner with a suite of driver assistance features called the TSS, which already integrates the basics such as automated emergency braking and lane departure warning. There are also advanced capabilities in this system, such as the adaptive cruise control with a lane centering feature. Overall, the new 4Runner is really an impressive ride that demands recognition. 2025 Toyota Highlander. The 2025 Toyota Highlander is one solid utility vehicle. Whether you're hauling the family around town or gearing up for a road trip, this thing just delivers. Basically, it's not just going to help you get from point A to point B. It's about doing it comfortably, efficiently, and without a hitch. Toyota's reputation for reliability definitely shows through here. What makes the Highlander such a dependable machine is what's under the hood. Toyota swapped out the old V6 for a 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, cranking out 265 horsepower and 310 pound-foot of torque. I was skeptical at first, but it's surprisingly smooth and has plenty of get up and go when you need it. Plus, it's more efficient than the old setup, so you're not burning through gas as fast. If you're into hybrids, the Highlander has that covered too. The Highlander Hybrid pairs a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder with electric motors, pumping out a combined of around 243 horses. It's a smart option if you're all about saving at the pump, and it still feels pretty peppy. The interior is where the Highlander really shines. Depending on how you set it up, you can seat 7 or 8 people. and the second row offers either captain's chairs or a bench seat. Personally, I like the captain's chairs for that more upscale feel, but families might appreciate the extra seat with the bench. The tech is solid too. You get an 8-inch touchscreen as standard with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but you can upgrade to a 12.3-inch display if you want something more grand. Higher trims come with the JBL premium audio system, and man, that sound quality is crisp. Toyota also made the cabin quieter with extra insulation and an acoustic windshield, which really helps when you're cruising down the highway. When it comes to safety, Toyota doesn't mess around. The Highlander comes standard with Toyota Safety Sense 2.5 Plus, which means you're getting features like a pre-collision system with pedestrian detection, lane departure alert with steering assist, dynamic radar cruise control, and lane tracing assist. Having all that on every model just makes sense. You know you're covered without having to spring for a bunch of add-ons. Cargo space is another impressive aspect of the Highlander. You get 16 cubic feet behind the third row, but fold both rows down, and you're looking at 84.3 cubic feet of space. It's perfect for grocery runs, camping trips, or just hauling gear. Consumer Reports has been pretty clear about how solid the 2025 Highlander is. They praise it for the smooth, quiet ride and the comfortable interior, plus how easy all the controls are to use. On my own, I can really say that it's one of the most reliable midsize SUVs you can buy right now, which is a testament to how good Toyota is at its job. 2025 Toyota RAV4. I've driven my fair share of Toyotas over the years, and I gotta say that the 2025 RAV4 really hits that sweet spot between practicality, performance, and just flat-out reliability. No wonder Consumer Reports called it almost perfect. I get it, I know, it's not flashy or overly luxurious, but it nails the essentials and does it well. Toyota knows what they're doing with this one, and it shows. One of the first things you'll notice is how smooth and composed the ride is. The RAV4's TNGA-K platform is built solid, giving it a more planted feel on the road. For example, the suspension is tuned just right, and it absorbs bumps without feeling like you're floating around. It has that perfect balance of comfort and control, which isn't always easy to pull off even by its closest rivals. Plus, with the multi-link rear suspension, it just feels more stable and responsive in corners. Under the hood, you've got the 2.5-liter Dynamic Force 4-cylinder engine, which cranks out 203 horsepower. It's not a powerhouse, obviously, but it has more than enough get up and go for daily driving and highway cruising. Aside from that, I am also impressed by its fuel efficiency. You're looking at around 27 miles per gallon in cities and 35 miles per gallon on highways, which is solid for an SUV of this size. And if you go hybrid, it just gets better with up to 41 miles per gallon combined. Toyota's hybrid tech is not run-of-the-mill. It's efficient without feeling sluggish, which is pretty rare in this segment. One of the standout features for me is its available all-wheel drive system, especially with the Adventure and TRD off-road trims. The dynamic torque vectoring AWD is just fantastic since it can send up to 50% of power to the rear wheels and even split it between the left and right for better traction. Whether it's wet pavement or a muddy trail, it just sticks. And when you don't need it, the system disengages the rear driveline to save fuel. Inside, Toyota definitely stepped up its game with the RAV4. The cabin has this rugged but upscale feel, with soft touch materials where it counts and a layout that just makes sense. The available 9-inch multimedia display is crisp and easy to use, and it even has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Plus, the optional JBL audio system hits hard. You're not missing out on sound quality here. Another thing that I can appreciate about its cabin is its practicality. It has tons of storage options, good cargo space, and that flat-folding rear seat setup that makes loading bulky stuff a breeze. Toyota Safety Sense 2.5 is standard, and that's huge. You've got adaptive cruise control, lane departure alert, automatic high beams, and even road sign assist. The pre-collision system with pedestrian detection is also a nice touch. It's basically looking out for you, even when you're not paying full attention, and that's some peace of mind right there.